Hey guys, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today I got a big ol' Scream 5 update talking about a David Arquette interview and a bunch of rumored spoilers. They're like maybe spoilers, I don't know. We're about to get into it though. But before I do that, I'm gonna need you guys to like this video and subscribe for more screamy horror content. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I'm currently working on a Scream fan film for y'all. The link for that will be in the description below. Alright, now let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing clown.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
You son of a...
God, don't do that.
Well, sometimes that is better.
So the first thing I'm going to talk about is this David Arquette interview. Recently, Radio Times was interviewing him about the new Scream film, and David had this to say about playing Dewey Riley again. Arquette said, "It's really easy to slip back into the characters. They're very close to my heart, and there's something really exciting about those films for me. It changed the course of my life in general, so it's really fun to be in that world and do something. I felt very blessed." Then talking about the directors, Arquette said, "The directors are incredible. We shot the film during the lockdown, so half the time I'm only looking at their eyes. But they're great. They were inspired by Wes Craven, and they're filmmakers because of him partially. He was one of their heroes, so it's great to see these people work on the movie." Now that's all fun and dandy, great stuff to hear about like how they actually had a good time making this movie, even though it was during lockdown and all that, but the most interesting thing David Arquette talked about was the killer, specifically giving away some details that may affect this upcoming movie. Arquette said, "There's some great things about Ghostface and his costume. There's more technological advances you can use now, and the fabric we have in this one is probably a little more advanced than the fabric they had when we first did it. I'm really excited for it and for the fans." Okay, first things first with this quote, he specifically said his costume. So did David Arquette just kind of give away the gender of Ghostface, or am I just completely overthinking things? I don't know, man, that's up to you to decide. I mean, I'm pretty sure he just kind of like fell into like saying a pronoun just to talk about like Ghostface, who is typically a dude. But did he also accidentally reveal the gender of the guy that's playing him? That's definitely food for thought right there. I'm not really sure. I really hope he didn't give that away, honestly, because like I've said in the past, we've gotten really close to finding out who Ghostface is, and I don't want to know. That's no fun. And just a reminder, if that information ever does get leaked, you will not be seeing it on this page. As a big fan of this series, I don't want to know either. So just as a reminder, I'm never going to post that in a video. I'm not going to spoil it for everybody, even if I accidentally read it myself. Now this could mean a lot of things. It could mean, hey, he just doesn't have the same kind of tech he had in 2011. Like for example, like FaceTime calls, iPads, normal stuff. But what if he's talking about like Batman shit? Like what if his robe is like bulletproof or something? Kinda like Roman from Scream 3, but instead of just wearing like a bulletproof vest, like his whole like robe is like John Wicked out. And then he can just take like 100 bullets to the robe and he's fine. He probably won't be fine, I mean it'll still leave a bruise, but yeah, I think you get what I'm saying. Or going more into this idea, what if Ghostface is setting like traps all around houses for people to walk into? Almost like Saw, but like not leaning too much into that, obviously. The only thing I hope that they just don't do is put in like futuristic Black Mirror tech. They kinda did that in Scream 3 with a voice changer that can make you sound like anybody. I was not a fan of that. That kinda super sucked. It just felt like an easy thing to write into the script so that they didn't have to do as much work writing it. The other bit of news is that this Instagram account, or it's just like a movie news page called Du Moi, which I believe is how it's pronounced, posted this picture supposedly leaking a whole bunch of stuff from Scream 5. Now take this with a grain of salt. I don't know if any of it's true. It's all just rumors for now. But this is kind of a well-established site. I don't know too much about them. They could be another We Got This Covered. But I do kind of want to discuss some of the rumors that they put out there, which some of them are fairly interesting. And none of them are too out there to where like they wouldn't be true. Like it's nothing like Stu is coming back or something like that. The post reads, "A lot of people are wondering about the new Scream movie. I can say a couple of things. 1. Don't get attached to anyone. Seriously, there's some surprising kills. 2. They are going to set it up for a sequel, Scream 6. 3. It has a similar vibe to the first and second installments. 4. The OGs Nev, Courtney, and David give their best performance in this one. 5. A really popular new artist recorded a song for the credits. She shares a name with a popular Friends character. And 6. The post-production team is taking their time with the editing process because they have multiple endings to work with." So let's break these down just like 1 through 6 and talk about them a little little bit. First of all, number one, don't get attached to anybody. There's a lot of surprising kills. Well, come on, of course that's gonna happen. I don't know if I've said this in a past Scream 5 update or not, but I just have a feeling that Jenna Ortega is gonna get stabbed. If it's by Ghostface or she is Ghostface, I think she's gonna bite it. I don't want her to. I really enjoy her, like she is an awesome actress, but for whatever reason, I just got a feeling about it. Her character seems to be one of two things, either very vulnerable and is going to be used as a plot device that way, so like she's gonna get killed, or she could be Ghostface. She could be playing innocent this whole time and then out of nowhere, oh, she's the one who's been killing people the whole time. Something I want to reiterate though, I love the cast of this new movie. I don't want to see any of them die, honestly. I kind of just want to see these characters hang out with each other for 90 minutes, but I know some, or actually most of them, are going to get stabbed at some point in this movie. Now the second one's a little more iffy. They are going to set it up for a sequel, Scream 6. I've theorized in the past that Scream 5 would set up like a whole new trilogy of films, do a 5, 6, and a 7. But then again, Neve Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox, they're all kind of getting up there. They're almost at that age range where they're just like too old to be in a horror movie. Maybe not too old to be in a horror movie, but too old to be like the leading characters of a horror movie and fighting off a slasher villain. And honestly, I don't know if I want a Scream film where it's old man Dewey coming to solve the case again. I don't want him to look weak. Like, I love how badass all three of those characters are. But the other interesting thing here is that Scream 4 was supposed to originally set up a new trilogy, but of course Wes Craven unfortunately passed away in 2015. So could Scream 5 be a direct continuation to 4, and a lot of the events in that film could affect this movie? Because right now a lot of people are theorizing that the original film is going to have this huge connection to the new one, but what if it's actually the 4th film? I feel like that would make a lot more sense too, because you got Marley Shelton coming back as Judy Hicks. So maybe they do a 5 and a 6, and then 4, 5, and 6 is like its own trilogy. I know a lot of you don't like Scream 4, but I think that would actually be pretty cool. Which this is a perfect transition into the next one here with number 3, which is that it'll have a similar tone to 1 and 2, which I gotta hand it to the first two films, easily have the best tone out of all 4 of these movies. Which is something that in 3 and 4 we kinda lose. It's not that I dislike 3 and 4, well maybe 3, but 3 is a little too silly in one direction, and then 4 is a little too meta-humory. They both stray away from that great Scream tone that the first two films do so well. Hopefully this 5th installment goes back to those roots, which is yet another reason why I'm hoping these rumors are true. But then of course that isn't a fact by any means, that is literally just a straight opinion of somebody's. So even though that is like kind of true to this person who wrote all this stuff, the fan base could think very differently of it. Number 4 is that the OGs, Neve, Courtney, and David all give their best performances. Okay, once again an opinion that I highly doubt. I'm not saying they're gonna have a bad performance, but like, you're thinking that it's gonna be better than the original Scream? I don't know about that. Look, I'm excited for this film, don't get me wrong, but does it top the original film? You'd have to be cooking up something real good to top the original Scream, man. So I don't know if they give their best performances. Once again, this is an opinion, so maybe they feel that way if they've seen it or if they've seen some footage from it. If any of this is even true, I don't know, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised and say, wow, that was the best Scream film there is. Which, yeah, I'm hoping for that, sure, but I doubt it. And then number 5 is that a popular artist sharing the same name of a Friends character is going to be writing a song for the credits. Now obviously Friends character, you're thinking Monica because Courtney Cox, of course. But honestly, I can't think of any popular artists like nowadays named Monica. Maybe I'm totally missing somebody. The only person that came up when I looked up like Monica on Spotify was this rapper from like the early 10s. I've honestly never heard of her. She has some popularity. Maybe it's her. She still makes music nowadays, but I don't know. I genuinely do not know. And then number 6 is that the post-production team is taking a real long time on this because they have multiple endings. Now this has gotta be true. It was revealed in an article a little while ago that the Scream cast doesn't even know who Ghostface is. Now they could have been lying about this, whoever was in that interview, whatever, they could have just said like, yeah, we don't even know who Ghostface really is. But I definitely think that they filmed multiple endings so that they could go like one way or another if someone figures it out. They've done this in the past with other Scream films. I could definitely see them redoing this. But just a little reminder, this is all just speculation and rumors. None of this is really confirmed. I don't know that much about this site where it came from. So that last little bit of talking about like rumors 1 through 6, yeah, just take that with a grain of salt. But what do you guys think about all this news? Do you think there's some truth to that rumors? Do you think David Arquette actually gave away the gender of the new Ghostface? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my new Scream 5 update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at KillJoyJake1, on Instagram at KillJoy_Jake and on TikTok at just KillJoy Jake. I don't know if they do ats on TikTok, so that's why I'm just like, look up KillJoy Jake, I'm sure it'll come up. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. All the money I raise from that is going right into the Scream fan film. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.